My friends, listen closely. Deep within the heart of every man and woman burns a silent truth, a whisper from the infinite intelligence that created you. You were not placed on this earth to fail. You were not born to crawl or to cower. You were meant to win. And the first step to claiming that destiny is to act as though it were already yours. Act like you were meant to win, not as a boast, not from arrogance, but from a deep, unwavering understanding of your birthright. Winners are not crafted in the absence of struggle. They are forged in the furnace of belief. Belief that refuses to bow before circumstances. Belief that dares to see through the storm and declare, "This is mine to conquer." When you walk into a room, let your presence say, "I belong here." Let your mind be so saturated with definiteness of purpose that no setback, no rejection, no temporary defeat can sway you. You see, temporary defeat is not failure. It is a teacher in disguise. And those who act like they were meant to win are the ones who learn, who adapt, who rise stronger every time they fall. Let no one convince you that success is reserved for the lucky. There is no luck but what you create through persistence, vision, and unshakable faith in your mission. The man who acts like he was meant to win does not ask if, he asks how. He does not wait for perfect timing. He makes now the perfect moment. He moves with purpose, speaks with confidence, and thinks with the clarity of a man who has already seen the finish line in his mind. You must carry yourself with the energy of success. See yourself victorious before a single victory arrives. Make your thoughts obey your will. Burn every bridge to retreat. Refuse to entertain doubt. When the world tries to bend your spirit, straighten your back and declare, "This mountain was made for me to climb." The world steps aside for the man who knows where he is going. It bends to the woman who refuses to accept anything less than her vision. And how do they move? With certainty, with poise, with the fire of someone who does not ask for permission to succeed. So act like you were meant to win, because you were. And once you believe it, the world will have no choice but to believe it too. To act like you were meant to win, you must first embody confidence, not the loud, boastful kind that demands attention, but the quiet, grounded assurance that radiates from within. This type of confidence is not merely about appearing strong or competent to others. It is a deep-rooted belief in your own worth, your purpose, and your ability to achieve what you set out to do. When you truly own your confidence, it shows in everything you do. It shapes the way you speak, the decisions you make, the way you carry yourself, and even the way the world responds to you. Confidence begins in the mind. It is a product of thought, not circumstance. Many wait for external validation, praise, success, titles, to feel worthy. But those who are destined for greatness know better. They create their own sense of certainty, regardless of how others see them or what temporary position they hold in life. And they understand that you don't win because others tell you you're great. You win because you already know you are. You act like it, walk like it, and speak like it long before the evidence is visible. This mindset can be seen in the most successful people across every field. Before they were known to the world, they believed in themselves. They acted as if they belonged among the elite, even when no one else believed it yet. That's the power of owning your confidence. It pulls your future into your present. When you act like you were meant to win, you operate from a place of assurance, which influences every interaction, every decision, and every opportunity that crosses your path. People naturally gravitate toward confidence. Not arrogance, but the unshakable calm of someone who knows where they're going. It's magnetic. When you own your confidence, others begin to mirror that belief. You inspire trust. You open doors. not because you force them open, but because they swing wide for those who walk with conviction. You command attention and respect without needing to demand it. Confidence also gives you resilience. When the inevitable obstacles show up, and they will, you won't crumble. You won't second-guess your mission. Instead, you will stand firm and demand 25,000. Not an hour, and not a knowledge that your goal is not only possible, but promised if you persist. That kind of faith cannot be borrowed or faked. It must be built moment by moment, thought by thought. It's grown by choosing to trust yourself even when the results aren't immediate, by refusing to let fear dictate your pace or direction. Owning your confidence doesn't mean pretending to have all the answers. It means trusting that you can figure it out, and it means being honest about your limitations, while never allowing those limitations to define your potential. It's recognizing that greatness isn't reserved for a chosen few. It's available to anyone willing to believe in it strongly enough to act as though it's already theirs. When you live from that mindset, your actions naturally align with success. You stop playing small. You stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for someone to notice your potential. Instead, you show up every day like someone who already knows how the story ends, with you on top. And eventually, the world begins to respond in kind. To act like you were meant to win, you must first see the win clearly, vividly, and repeatedly in your mind before it becomes real in your world. Visualization is not wishful thinking. It is a foundation of all great achievement. Every skyscraper first existed in the mind of the architect. Every successful venture, every groundbreaking innovation, every life-changing performance began as an idea, imagined with such clarity and emotion that it pulled the dreamer toward it with unwavering energy. Those who are destined to win understand that the battle is first won in the imagination. When you visualize your success, you're not simply fantasizing about a better future. You are programming your subconscious mind with a specific outcome, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors with that vision. The human mind cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from real ones. So, when you consistently and intentionally see yourself achieving your goals, when you hear the applause, feel the satisfaction, and taste the victory, your brain begins to accept that version of reality as possible, even inevitable. This shift in belief changes how you show up in the world. Winners operate from their vision, not their current circumstances. They don't wait until the evidence is visible to believe. They create the evidence by staying loyal to the image they build in their minds. When setbacks come, they are not shaken because they've already seen the outcome. They are not guessing at success. They are simply walking the path they've already walked 1,000 times in their imagination. That's the power of visualization. It makes your future feel familiar, and that familiarity gives you confidence. Fertilizing the victory also ignites motivation, and you can clearly see what you want. When you've tasted the result mentally, it becomes harder to tolerate inaction, procrastination. Your daily grind becomes more meaningful because every action feels like a step toward something real. You start moving differently. You speak with conviction. You develop discipline because your mind already knows what success looks like, and it won't rest until it matches that internal picture. But clarity is key. Vague dreams create vague results. The most powerful visualization involves details, specific goals, clear imagery, rich emotion. Don't just imagine winning. Imagine what it looks like, what it feels like, where you are, who's with you, what you hear, what you're wearing. Make it as real as possible. Add emotion, because emotion is the fuel. The stronger the feeling, the stronger the impression on your subconscious. This isn't about pretending, and it's about preparing, and you must do it consistently. A single visualization session won't change your life, but doing it daily Rehearsing your success like an athlete rehearses a play rewires your identity. You begin to expect success, and that expectation becomes a force. You start attracting people, ideas, and opportunities that align with your internal vision. Your behavior becomes bold. Your energy shifts. You become someone who doesn't just hope to win, you expect to. So when you act like you were meant to win, it's because you've already seen yourself win. That picture in your mind becomes a guiding light, cutting through doubt and fear. No matter what your current situation looks like, no matter how many obstacles you face, you keep moving forward. Because you're not trying to figure out if you'll succeed. You already have the answer. You've seen it. Now, it's just a matter of making the inside match the outside. The path to winning is never a straight line. It is paved with setbacks, failures, and moments of deep doubt. But those who act like they were meant to win know that defeat is not the end. It's a step. They do not panic when things fall apart. They do not crumble under pressure or allow a single failure to define them. Instead, they persist with an unwavering belief that no matter how many times they stumble, the vision remains. The goal still stands. They understand that persistence is the bridge between intention and result. Every great success story is filled with moments of temporary defeat. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. Henry Ford went bankrupt before building his automobile empire. These men didn't win because they never failed. They won because they refused to quit. They acted as if their success was inevitable. They understood that each setback was a teacher, not a stop sign. This mindset is essential. If you believe that defeat is final, you will retreat. But if you believe that defeat is part of the process, you will persist with power. Persistention is not blind effort. It's not about running into the same wall over and over again. It is when something doesn't work, the persistent person evaluates, adjusts, and tries again with more knowledge and more insight than before. They aren't shaken by rejection because they know rejection often precedes redirection. Sometimes the road you planned isn't the one that will take you to your destination. But if you keep moving with purpose, you will find the right way. Those who act like they were meant to win also guard their mindset fiercely during hard times. They refuse to speak words of defeat. They don't entertain self-pity. They don't dwell on what went wrong. Instead, they focus forward. They remind themselves why they started. They lean on their vision. That belief becomes their anchor. When the world says you can't, their heart says, watch me. They may cry. They may bleed. But they don't break. They take the hit and rise again, because that's what winners do. You know, the most dangerous things a person can do is assume that success should come quickly or easily. That illusion kills dreams. Real success demands a deep reservoir of resilience. And resilience is built through experience, through the fire, through the failures, through the long nights when nothing seems to be working. Every time you choose to persist instead of give up, you strengthen your character. You prove to yourself that you have what it takes. And eventually, the world catches up to that belief. You must also understand that people will doubt you, circumstances will test you, life will challenge your desire to succeed. But when you persist through defeat, when you keep your faith in the midst of chaos, you show the world, and more importantly yourself, that you are serious, you are committed. And commitment always attracts breakthrough. Eventually, something will give. Something will shift. And when it does, it will not be by accident. It will be the reward for your refusal to quit. This is how winners are made. Not by avoiding failure, but by mastering their response to it. They see defeat not as a signal to stop, but as a call to rise. They turn every fall into fuel, every setback into strategy, every failure into feedback. And they keep moving because they know deep down they were meant to win. Success does not belong to those who wait for the perfect moment. It belongs to those who create it. When you act like you were meant to win, you move with intent. You don't hesitate, you don't second-guess every decision, and you don't wait for every condition to be ideal. Winners understand that progress requires motion, not perfection. They step forward with purpose, even when the path is unclear, because deep down, they trust that clarity comes through action, not inaction. Hesitation is the enemy of momentum. Every time you pause out of fear or doubt, you lose a little of your internal power. You let opportunity slip through your fingers. But those who act like they were meant to win don't freeze when faced with uncertainty. They act. They make decisions. They trust their instincts. Even if they don't have all the answers, they have enough belief in themselves to take the next step. And that step, no matter how small, puts them ahead of those who are still waiting for certainty. Intentional action is the heartbeat of achievement. It means knowing what you want and aligning your actions with that outcome. It means refusing to be distracted by noise, criticism, or comparison. It means having the discipline to focus on what moves you closer to your goal every single day. When you move with intent, you stop wasting energy on things that don't serve your vision, your time, your attention, your efforts. They all become weapons in your journey to win. Those who act like they were meant to win carry themselves with a sense of urgency, not the panicked urgency of desperation, but the purposeful urgency of someone who knows time is a gift, not to be wasted. They treat each day as a brick in the foundation of their future. They understand that procrastination is not a personality trait, it's a decision. The solution to delay the life you say you want. And winners don't delay their destiny. They chase it down. Moving with intent also means taking bold risks when necessary. Playing it safe has never created a legacy. Those who win big understand that fortune favors the brave. They are willing to bet on themselves. They know that every time they step outside of their comfort zone, they stretch their capacity. They don't need a guarantee of success. They trust the process. And even if they fall short, they know the experience will shape them into someone even more prepared for the next opportunity. Another aspect of intent is consistency. Winners don't take massive action once and hope it's enough. They show up daily. They understand that results are built in the repetition. It's not the loud, dramatic bursts of energy that build success. It's the steady, focused effort over time. They treat their dreams like a job. They commit when it's easy and they commit when it's hard. That's what separates them. They don't need to feel motivated to move. They move because it's who they are. To act like you are meant to win means you don't waste time proving yourself to the world. You prove yourself to yourself. Every decision you make, every step you take, every hour you invest is a reflection of your belief that the win is already yours. You're simply walking toward what you already see in your mind. Intent turns dreams into plans. Movement turns plans into momentum. And momentum is the silent engine that turns a winner's mindset into a winner's reality. So what does it truly mean to act like you are meant to win? It means to carry yourself with a confidence born not from luck, but from deep conviction. It means to see your victory in vivid detail long before the world does. To let that vision guide you through every storm. It means to meet defeat not with despair, but with determination. To rise every time you fall, stronger and sharper than before. And it means to move with bold, relentless intent, knowing that each step forward brings you closer to the life you've already claimed in your heart. You don't wait to feel ready. You act as though you already are. Because when you live like you were meant to win, you reshape your world to match your belief. And eventually, the world can't help but agree. You were always destined for it. Oh,